Hey y'all, welcome to Transformers Tuesday. We're looking at the Galaxy version Series 6 Parallel Universe, and this is going to be, well, we're getting down to the end. If you haven't seen my other videos, here's what we've already built. That's the other wheel jack from Universe 1, or the movie 1. So we're either going to get Swoop, there it is, Swoop Alternative Mode, Megatron, and that's all I got left. 3 boxes, 3 figures. So good figure on that one. I'm going to open it with a knife because it's easier than tearing it with my hand, and I know that you're probably like, you say this every week. Well, technically, I only had it for 2 days now, carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay, one of the things I like about this series is that you get the instructions, and they're independent instructions, and we do got Swoop. There it is. Swoop. There it is. There's the instructions in case you've lost yours and or yours didn't come with any. Let me see if I can do it with my hands. Okay, I can do it. All right, throw that over there. Silicone gel for your pleasure for later. All right, you know me, I'm going to take the fist for this figure and put the other 2 splayed hands over here in my box of keeping. The stand, couldn't put over in the box. Now I do hope, and I don't know if they're going to do it or not, but the flying Swoop, the pterodactyl Swoop, what is on my finger? I hope they put a flight stand in here, because they do have, like, I know I have some other figures, like Ultraman especially. Every now and then they have the flight stand. It's not, it's just one little piece of plastic they need to throw in there, especially since Swoop's not as complicated in pterodactyl form, or whatever they call him now, pteranodon, pterodactyl, Ecclesiastes. I mean, they keep changing the name of these things because, well, you know how science is. It's a fact, and then it changes next month. And it's like, well, it was a fact, but now this is the fact. All right, and I am a scientist. I am not saying I'm against science. I'm just saying that if you think for sure something is true in science, just wait till next week. All right, see that little piece that I just pulled out there? That's why you want to keep that thing real close, because sometimes pieces will get stuck in there. All right, so here's his card. Here's your card. His name is Swoop. There's the information on the back. I could have sworn that my Swoop when I was a kid had a red body instead of the blue body, but it seems like that's the thing now. Maybe the first generation was blue and then they made them red after that. I don't know. But I could have sworn that all my Dinobots pretty much matched. They weren't any weird ones or anything. Now he does have some symbols on the front of his legs, so that's going to be something we got to pay attention to. The front of the legs look the same. For the final thing, there's no symbols on his shoulder pads, so we don't have to worry about much about that. So putting these legs on, the backs are always the same, almost. I don't remember if there's any that I don't remember ever seeing one that was backwards. The backs were different. Maybe Optimus Prime, because he may have wheels on the side and he had to have indentias for it. I don't know. All right, so these are the same. I'm just going to leave them right there for now. So I'm going to put together the chest, because the chest is technically the hardest part. See how I said there's like drawing or decals that are only on the front. So you do need to know this is one of the rare situations where the femur has prints on the front or something makes them distinguished. All right, so here's the chest. Here's the back. Here's the figure thing. Let's see now. Do we have the? Yep, we do. Wasn't sure with him being different, so we got to put these little things on first. This is the front. Make sure that those little things are, parallel to the floor, basically. All right. On the back, it just goes right in, but you got to make sure you always pay attention to this right here. Mosquitoes. All right, I just let the cats out. I have all the cats outside. I'm so excited. Watching a cat suddenly show up, and I'm like, how did I miss one? Well, that went in nicely. So you do want to get them in those little slots of the little grooves. In the front, they should go on if you got them in the back, as long as you didn't like put one out of shape. Squeeze it in. If it doesn't go all the way in, you got to back out and try again, because those things may have gotten offline. And it's not that hard. It's just if you're not paying attention, you will screw up. All right, this one's got something special going on in it. It's got this piece. I was hoping to have like the little mouth on the bottom so you can, pull it up and go, rack, rack. like his chest is going to eat you. Oh, he does. Look. Yeah, that's funny. I like it. All right. He has a helmet, but you have to put his head together. So it's not like you slide the helmet on top of him. So I'm going to put this all the way in because I don't like crushing the head down because it usually ends up falling apart. Sometimes, you know, if you put too much force. I mean, it's a theory. Let me put it that way. It's a theory. All right. So his eyes are solid blue. When they make the light up version, it's going to be, this is going to be the transparent piece right here to go with the transparent piece to go with a little LED light inside of his chest. It's not on this one. I'm just saying when they do make that one. Looking for his faceplate. There it is. All right, so he's got a faceplate. Make sure the cup goes down. Stick the faceplate in onto that. And then there's a hole in his head, which explains a lot. That goes into the helmet up here in the front first. There we go. Squeeze it all the way in. And then those two dots right there, hopefully they'll be fine to go on the back right here. Oh man, that's a nice head. Let me put it on the thing and you can see it better. Oof. Might need a little more squeezing to get that crack out right there. I know it's cracks dangerous, so we don't want to have any cracks. Looking good, looking good. All right, swoop, there it is. Okay, so let's find his crotch. He's got a painted front. So what is the, I'm guessing the color of the crotch, there it is. All right, the front and the back on the crotch inside part, it's the same. There's not a bigger front or bigger back or anything like that. And then just put it on, make sure the painting details go to the front. Now, here's the tricky part. Let's look at the bottom legs and see if they're any different from one another. They don't appear to be, but when we put on the legs, first we're gonna put this piece on this piece. This has to go forward. So this is his right leg, which doesn't really mean anything for the feet because the feet are usually universal. He may be the exception, so we'll check in a minute. I didn't hear a click. And it seems to be good. All right, I'm going to slide the clear piece right here that holds his foot. I'm not going to push it all the way in because that would just only hurt my fingers. It appears his feet will be universal, so that's a good thing. I didn't know they're going to be like claws or something and pop, pop, like that. That's what you should hear. All right, on this leg, let's find the femur first. I got a fever for the flavor of a femur. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Okay, so we pop that in and we stick it down in there. And you didn't have to stick all the way in, it just actually clicked that time, so it was kind of nice. The clear part goes on the bottom. I don't know what I was thinking a while ago. Of course, the front of the foot's the longer part from the ball. And that's got to go forward in case you weren't paying attention. All right, then we got to put some arms on him. Okay, let's see if there's has to be anything plugged into the arms, because if there is a choice, I like this to go on the outside. On the last series, series 5, there was a back hole, so it didn't matter. The left and the right arm were the same. So that's his left right here, because the hole's on the right outside to me, because it's what it would need to be on other ones. These, I don't see anything printed on them, so they could be either way. And this. And then actually that's his right hand, so that's pretty good. And all right, like that. And then for him, he's gonna have shoulder pads. Let's see, the shoulder pads go down or sideways, because originally went down. Oh, these are like original. Okay, so they go down, this shoulder armor. And there's no indency on it like to fit like an Autobot symbol or anything. So for the older ones, they go down, and I guess he's still based on the older ones since he has the clear neck and everything. Seems like the new ones, they started going sideways to put them on. All right, he's got something different about his back because he's got wings. All right, let's look at the pieces real carefully. There's a printed side. I'm looking at the top part for the right wing. The printed parts are here and here, so they go together. And notice that there's an indentia that way, so you don't want to put it like this. You're going to have to turn it 90 degrees. I'm trying to say 50% in my head for some reason. And it says it's a right wing. So this one's the conservative one. And I always make sure you know what the slots, if you slide them straight in or if you have to slide them in from a different angle. So you can see the printing from the front. That's okay, that's really cool. I like the wings. Now I'm not talking about Paul McCartney's band. All right, so that's the left wing. We slide it in like that, then put it around. All right, we're not done yet. There's more. Okay, there's always an extra one of these, so you just put it in your saving thing for a rainy day. He's got some interesting talon blasters, I guess. Do they have a name for these? It just says weapon. Okay. All right. I didn't even know they had these until halfway through it, so I didn't read them for the first videos. And I keep forgetting afterwards, because they usually don't have this information. These usually, well, my first four were always in Chinese, so I didn't really have, much of anything. So his slogan is, fear can hit targets unreachable by bullets. Alternative mode is a pterodactyl. His primary function is bombardier. Deer. All right, you can put the weapons into his hands. Like that. I like him to have his hands full or empty so he can grab things or, help people. So I'm going to do like the dude for the seekers and put them on his arms, although theirs are up here. I like them better like that, personally. I think that's cool. So the seekers, which are also flying bee vehicles, they have them over here on their upper shoulders. But if they didn't, I would put them down there too. So some weapons I like in their hands. Those little weapons, those little teeny tiny things, I like them like that. Now, what is the thing on the top? Why has it got a slot in the top? That's what I'm trying to figure out. There's no indication of why there's a slot in the top. I thought maybe there's another piece to put in, maybe like a little wing or something. So that's cool. So we got him. And of course, I always feel like the Insecticons are like their enemies. Like it's because actually they came from the same universe in Japan. I'm pretty sure they had little pilots that rode inside of these. And these had clear parts too that had little pilots that went inside of them. The Diaclone. So I always feel like these are enemies of each other. So we both have wings. And yeah, that's kind of cool. Great. I really dig this figure. He is beautiful. Beautiful. All right, well, thank you very much for watching this. And comment below if you've gotten these. And by the time you see this, it'll probably be 2027. It seems like I'm getting so much stuff back. So I don't want to do too many videos at one time, but you tell me, should I be doing that instead? Don't know. I don't want to overwhelm people, and I don't want to underwhelm people. It's hard to please everybody. But y'all have a terrific Transformers Tuesday.